Welcome to week 10 of 52 circles, and our prompt today is dot. So I've got my calico circle, some Sillet Bang black mould remover, a cotton bud, some Quink ink, some scraps of embroidery floss, a sharp needle with a big eye, and I'm going to start by putting down a layer of Quink ink, and I want to kind of have a variety of the brush strokes left on the fabric, so I don't want it to be too densely covered. I'm then going to dry that off between two bits of calico, and when it's dry I'm just going to use the cotton bud to dip into some of the Sillet Bang black mould remover and dot onto the Quink ink, which will remove the colour. I've also done that on a piece of fabric. We're now going to start making our dots using French knots. So we put the needle through the fabric, secure it with your thumb, wrap the thread around about 5 to 7 times, pull the needle up through those loops, and then put the needle back into the fabric where you started from, and that makes your French knot. French knots, you either love them or hate them, but they're a good way of building up a dense texture. And you can see here I've used lots of different shades of green to kind of optically mix those colours. Now I'm just putting on some little scraps of fabric underneath each French knot just to add a little bit more texture, and it's a different way of creating a dot on our fabric. So again, you can see the needle goes through, thumb secures it, wrap the loop around about 5 to 7 times, pull the needle up through those loops, and then put the needle back in where you started, and that makes your French knot. I did that for a few more times, just again to build up a range of colours, but I felt that they looked a little bit too neat. So in a minute you'll see I just gave them a rub with a scrubbing brush just to fray them a bit and just to make them slightly softer, less sharp edges. But lots of dots here, just building up that texture, and it becomes quite a tactile piece. So here we go, scrubbing brush, just breaking up those edges, just creating a bit of distortion, building up a bit more texture. I then used a back stitch to go around some of the bleached dots, so building up dots through stitch, giving some of those shapes a bit of definition. And then finally some satin stitch dots, so just close together sideways stitches, building up little raised areas, little dots. Here's my finished sample and some close-up shots so you can see the different techniques, and I look forward to seeing yours. Don't forget to share.